my YouTubers and everyone in the world. Today is Saturday, May the 29th. The time is now 9:27 a.m. guys. It's going to be a rainy Saturday all day. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so you can see more of me. And give this video a huge thumbs up if you guys want to see more videos like this from me. Now, moving forward, today we're going to be talking about 10 signs that your partner is neglecting you, guys. I feel like this topic is so very important to talk about. It's something that we need to know. Now, the first sign that your partner is neglecting you is they focus only on themselves. They're always only focusing on thyself. If you're constantly having a conversation with your partner and you're trying to discuss something very important with them and they seem to always only go back to themselves in the conversation, then that goes to show that that's a clear sign of neglect, because obviously this person is stating that your feelings are not as important as theirs. So if they only focus on themselves, then that is a sign that your partner is neglecting you. Now, the second sign that your partner is neglecting you is you feel like you are alone in a relationship. And I feel like this one is so very important for us to understand. Like, it is possible for you to be in a relationship with someone and feel like you are by yourself. Now, when I say you feel like you're alone, what I mean by that is like you feel like you're solving problems by yourself. You're having a conversation by yourself. Even when you guys are hanging out, you feel like this person is so busy on their phone or talking to other people that they're not even paying you any mind. That's a sign of neglect as well, because they're not giving you the attention that you really want from them. Now, the third sign that your partner may be neglecting you guys is they shut you down when you try to talk to them. It's like you feel like every time you guys are having a conversation, instead of this person trying to understand where you are coming from as well as themselves, they always find a way to just shut you down. As soon as you go to express your feelings and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling, or this is what's going on with me, they just quick to just shut you down. Hey, I don't want to talk about this right now. We already had this conversation before. I don't even know why we discussing this right now. Obviously, it's a problem, and the person is neglecting to hear what you have to say because they really don't care. Or maybe sometimes they don't even notice that they're shutting you down until you say something. But how can you if they act like your feelings don't matter? Now, the fourth sign that your partner may be neglecting you guys is they go weeks or even they go days or weeks without calling you or texting you. That's a clear sign of neglect. And there's nothing to excuse that. If you can go, like, I can understand you want going like 3 or 4 days without talking to someone. I mean, I kind of get that. But when it goes into a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, if you guys are in a relationship, there's no reason why you will go that long without talking to your partner, especially if you love them and you care about them. A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they go without calling you or without texting you, that is a clear sign of neglect. Now, the fifth sign that your partner may be neglecting you is if every time you're around them, you feel like you have low self-esteem. A lot of times that happens because you feel like deep down inside, whether you admit it or not, you feel like this person doesn't care about you enough. So every time you're around them, or they make you feel like you're not that important. So it's like every time you're around them, your self-esteem gets low because you feel like, okay, well, what can I do to impress this person or make them like me or love me more? And there's nothing, the truth of the matter is there's nothing you can do about that. The only thing, I mean, as far as you can't change how they feel about you, all you can do is just have that self-esteem and realize that you're not the problem, that it just may be them. But if you feel like every time you're around your partner and you have low self-esteem, it's a reason why you're feeling like that. There's something inside of you that's saying, hey, every time we get around this person, we just don't feel like ourselves anymore. Why is that? We don't feel good enough. And that's because that person is neglecting your feelings, neglecting the conversations you guys have. They're neglecting to do things with you and make you feel good about yourself. So if you feel like you have low self-esteem when you get around your partner, there is a reason for that. Now, the sixth sign for a sign of neglect is you're suppressing your feelings. When I say you're suppressing your feelings, it's like when you have a conversation with someone that, like with your partner, and you feel like you can't really express your feelings 100% because you know how the person is. They might respond in a negative way. They might try to brush it off like it doesn't matter. They may even cut you off and say, hey, I'm going to call you back, and never do. That is a sign of you suppressing your feelings. What you're doing is, okay, let me not tell them how I'm feeling because I don't want to push them away by me being honest about how they make me feel. Now, the problem with that is now you have all these negative feelings inside that you've been holding on, inside. And the fact that you can't express it causes a lot more problems in a relationship. I mean, you got to think about it. If you're suppressing your feelings to make that person happy, then what is that actually doing to you? And I feel like a lot of times we don't sit there and we don't think about that type of stuff because we feel like, okay, I don't want to open up too much and then the person can't handle it. But they don't mind opening up to you. And not just that. At the end of the day, it's like, okay, you got all these feelings inside and you're neglecting your own feelings by suppressing them to avoid any further conflict with your partner. But if you got to hold your feelings in, then what type of relationship do you guys really have? So sometimes you have to get deep down inside yourself and really think like, hey, I've been suppressing my feelings for a long time, and now I'm it borders on becoming angry after a while because now you got all these feelings, you want to express them, but if you do, it's going to be a problem. Now, the seventh sign, the seventh sign that your partner may be neglecting you guys is they don't spend time with you. Like, have you ever noticed that sometimes you'll be with a certain partner, right? And you say, hey, I want to go hang out. I want to go to the park, or I want to go to the movies, or I want to just go take a walk outside just to enjoy the air and the breeze and just live in that moment. And they always have an excuse for why you guys can't hang out. That is a clear sign of neglect. This person obviously doesn't want to be around you. And they're showing you that. They're showing you that they don't want to be around you. If every time you turn around, you say, hey, I want to go hang out. I want to go have a good time. Let's just go do something instead of being in the house, doing the same thing we do all the time. Let's try something spontaneous and something different. If they always have an excuse for why they can't hang out with you, that is a clear sign of neglect. Now, we on number 8. The eighth sign that your partner may be neglecting you is you feel like you can't be yourself around them. And this goes back to the other sign that we was talking about suppressing your feelings and all that stuff. If you feel like at the end of the day, if you feel like you can't be yourself around your partner, that's probably because they have made you feel some type of way, either obviously in a negative way. They obviously made you feel like you can't be yourself. You can't be as bubbly and happy as you always are because, every time you do, they find a way to just take that happiness from you. It could be through an argument. It could be through them saying little smart things that you're picking up on. But what they're trying to do is make you feel bad about something. And a lot of times this happens when, people are not happy with their own life. When they don't have too many positive things going on in their own life, they find ways to snatch your happiness away. And that is a problem, because now every time you're around them, you feel like, wow, like I can't be like my happy, bubbly self. I have to sit here and, just try to play it off and just be cool. And, but you can't really be yourself. And what's the point of being around someone if you can't be yourself? And this is supposed to be your partner, so you really got to think about it. Now, the ninth sign that your partner may be neglecting you guys is they put off taking steps forward. Anytime you say, hey, I want to do this with you. I want to start building a life with you. I want us to start a business together. If they always have an excuse for why they can't do it, or if they always have an excuse for why they can't go somewhere, or if every time you open up, they always have a reason why they want to be mad at you now. Like, honestly, I feel like those are signs of neglect in a relationship. And I feel like maybe the two people don't mix. That's like oil and water. Those two just don't mix. Bad combination. Sometimes it's like that. If you are constantly trying to take steps forward in your relationship, and then your partner is always, saying negative things, or always finding a reason to be mad at you, or always got an excuse for why they can't move forward with you, maybe this person in their mind, they don't see themselves with you, and maybe they don't know how to say it. So for me, I feel like it is important for you to pay attention to those signs. Now, the 10th sign that your partner is neglecting you, guys, is you always solving problems by yourself. And this goes back to the other sign of being in a relationship by yourself. If every time you turn around, there's an issue that's going on in a relationship, but you're always the problem solver by yourself, there is a reason for that. And the reason is this person does not care about the relationship the way that you want them to, or the way that you think they do. And they're showing it through their actions and their words. How can you not pay attention to the signs of things? And you know what? I'm not blaming you guys, because sometimes we are so naive, we don't understand what's going on. We wish we did. We think we know, but the reality is we living in our own world, and that person is clearly living in their own world, and you are not a part of it. Because if you're in a relationship that you feel like you by yourself, or you always solving problems by yourself, if it's two of us, two heads are always better than one. Why am I the only one who's always figuring out solutions to the problems that you're probably not even creating? See, when people are neglecting you in their own way, and there's always an issue, and you're always the one to solve it, 9 out of 10, you're probably not even the one that's starting it. But because you love that person, you're willing to sacrifice your happiness for theirs. So, I mean, guys, I want you guys to take heed to all these signs that we talked about. We talked about 10 signs that your partner may be neglecting you. And it's very important for you guys to start paying attention, because things are happening right before our eyes, but we're acting like we don't see it. We're acting like we don't hear it. We're acting like we don't feel that pain. And that's the problem. And you know what? If you pay attention, if you see all these signs and you still decide to stay in that relationship, then now you're neglecting yourself. You're hurting yourself because you're allowing someone to treat you this way, right? And you're okay with it. So I want you guys to take heed to what we talked about today, because I feel like this is something we need to start paying attention to. But if you like this video, guys, give it a huge thumbs up if you guys want to see more videos like this. And like I always say, guys, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to see more of me. Peace.